And now, Akiba Hebrew Academy proudly presents the opening night performance.
Okay. Oh, God. Hold on a minute. What are you going to do?
Nickel around! Flowers, get your flowers. Get the tickets to the carousel.
I told you we're fine with the flowers. Thank you.
Got any challenges?
How do I sound?
Nikolai!
5 cents a ride for the carousel. Get your ticket, Mrs. Muller. All right, okay, your ticket.
I'm sorry, we're sold out. Hey, we're sold out. I'm sorry, we're not sold out. I'm not on the right. Julie, you get back to your line. It's okay. It's all right, Julie.
For the carousel.
What did I tell you? What do you think you want? No, no, I don't want him. I'd like to buy a ticket, please. Thank you. Here, Julie. Come on, let's go. What are you doing? No, what? No. Billy, I don't want to ride. Billy, I do not want to ride. I ride.
She's fine. Get the ticket. Let her off. Ticket. Anyone with a ticket? Ticket. Tickets. Anyone else? Tickets.
Here you go.
For the carousel.
Julie.
Got one. Start off!
No, thank you. Oh my God, Julie!
What, Mrs. Mullen?
What do you think you are? You leave her alone. Billy, you got other people on the ride.
I see the other people, Mrs. Mullen.
What is it? That's it! Stop the ride! Stop the ride! Get up! Get out! I don't want to run my ride anymore.
Why not,
Me?
Mrs. Mullen?
That's it! Wait off! I don't want to be on my ride anymore. Who do you think you are? You can't just pick off the ride. You can't take anything. I don't want to run my ride.
All right.
Come on, Julie! Don't run away. Come on, Julie!
Where are you
Let's go,
going?
Julie, with you! Come on! Come on, it's that way, Julie! That's right! That's right! Just to say her no mind! One more thing to tell you, young woman. If you ever so much as poke your nose in my carousel again, you will be thrown out. Do you understand? Thrown out! You got no call to talk to her like that. She ain't doing you no harm. Oh, ain't she? You think I want to get in trouble with the police and lose my license? What is the woman talking about? I'm letting my vodka fool with you. Ain't you ashamed? I don't let no man lead against you all through the ride. He'll lead against the horse. But he didn't lay a hand on me. Oh, no, Miss Innocence. And he didn't put his arm around your waist, me. And suppose he did. Is that reason to have a capital up his fist? Oh, you keep out of this, you wretch. You've had my warning. If you come back, you'll be thrown out. Who'll throw me out? Billy Bigelow, the backer. The same felly that gets so free with you. I bet he wouldn't. He wouldn't throw me out. I bet the same thing. Oh, you mind your business, hussy. Go back to your carousel. Leave us alone. Yes, leave us alone. I don't mind my business for letting Chippy. Chippy yourself. Yes, Chippy yourself.
Shut up! Jabber, 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 jabber. What's going on here anyway? Spitting and sputtering like 3 lumps of corn popping on a shovel.
Mr. Bigelow, please.
Don't yell.
I didn't yell.
Well, don't. What's the matter?
Take a good look at that girl, Billy. She ain't ever to be allowed on my carousel again. The next time she tries to get in, if she ever dares, I want you to throw her out. Do you understand? Throw her out.
All right. You heard what the woman said. Run along home now.
Come on, Julie. No, I want a drink.
Sure.
Mr. Bigelow, tell me please, honest and truly, if I came back to the carousel, would you throw me out?
What'd you do anyways?
I said you put your arm around my waist.
I see. So that's how it is. I can't put my arm around the girl without I ask her permission first?
I just don't want that one around no more.
You come around all you want, see? And if you ain't got the price, Billy Bigelow will treat you to a ride.
Oh, big talker, ain't you, Mr. Bigelow? I suppose you think I can't throw you out to if I felt like it. You're such a good bark, I can't get along with that. So that it? Well, just for that, you're discharged. Your services are no longer required. You're bounced. See?
Very well, Mrs. Mullen.
You know I could dance if I felt like it.
And you felt like it just now. So I'm bounced.
Do you have to pick up every word I said? I only said...
That my services are no longer required. Thank you very much, Mrs. Mullen. That will be all.
All right, you devil. That'll be all. Mr. Bigelow, I just wanted to say something.
Don't get involved in this.
I just don't want this to happen to me.
Apologize to her.
Aha! Me? Apologize to her? For what? For spoiling the good name of my carousel? The business that was left to me by my dear, saintly departed husband, Mr. Mullen? Oh, I only wish my poor husband was alive this minute.
Bet he don't.
Oh, he is such a snag in the
just
jaw!
want to give you dry up, Mrs. Mullen.
Yes, sir! After all I've done for you! Now
Get out of here!
Mr. Bigelow.
And don't you feel sorry for me. I'll give you a slap in the jaw. Don't you feel sorry for me either.
I don't feel sorry for you, Mr. Bigelow.
You're lying. You are feeling sorry for me. I can see it in your eyes. You think that now that I got kicked out of this job, won't be able to find another?
What will you do now, Mr. Bigelow?
Well, whenever anything bothers me, I always get a glass of beer. That's right. I'll go and get myself a glass of beer.
Then you are bothered about losing your job.
No. Just about how I'm going to pay for the beer. Will you pay for it? Will you? How much money you got?
43 cents?
And you? I asked you how much you got. I see. You didn't cry about it. I'm going to go to the carousel and get some of my things. When I come back, I'll go have some drinks.
Mr. Bigelow.
Keep your money. I'll pay.
Julie, do you like him? I don't know. Did you like it when he talked to you today? When he put you on the carousel that way? Did you like that? Rather not say. You're a queer one, Julie Jordan. You are quieter and deeper than a well. And you never tell me nothing. There's nothing that I care to choose to tell. You've been acting most peculiar. Every morning you're awake ahead of me. Always sitting by the window. I like to watch the river meet the sea. When we work at the mill, weaving at the loom, you gaze absent-minded at the road. And half the time you settle, get twisted in the thread till you can't tell the war from the world. Chainsaw, you're a queer one, Julie Jordan. You won't ever tell a body what you think. You're as tight-lipped as an oyster, and as silent as a note that has a spink. Spinks? Huh? Spinks. Spink. You spell it with an X. That's only when there's more than one. Oh. Julie, I've been busting to tell you something lately. You have? The reason I didn't care to tell you before was because you didn't have a fella of your own, but now that you got one, I can tell you about mine. I'm so glad he got a fella, Carrie. What's his name? His name is Mr. Snow, and an upstanding man is he. He comes home every night in his round-bottom boat with a net full of herrings from the sea. And almost perfect bow, as refined as a girl could wish. But he spends so much time in his round-bottom boat that he can't seem to lose a snowfish. The first time he kissed me, the whiff of his clothes knocked me flat on the floor of the room. But now that I love him, my heart's in my nose, and fish is my favorite perfume. Last night he spoke quite low, and a fair-spoken man is he. And he said, Miss Pipperidge, I'd like it fine if I could be wed with a wife. And indeed, Miss Pipperidge, if you'd be mine, I'd be yours for the rest of my life. Next moment we were promised, and now my mind's in a maze. For all it can do is look forward to that wonderful day of days when I marry Mr. Snow. The flowers will be buzzing with the holidays. The birds will make a racket in the churchyard trees. When I marry Mr. Snow, then it's off to home we'll go. And both of us will look a little dreamy-eyed, driving to a cottage by the ocean side, where the salty breezes blow. He'll carry me across the threshold, and I'll be as meek as a lamb. Then he'll set me on my feet, and I'll say kind of sweet, well, Mr. Snow, here I am. Then I'll kiss him so he'll know that everything will be as right as right can be. I'm living in a cottage by the sea with me. I love that Mr. Snow. That young seafarer and bold and daring, Bixby whispered, overbearing, darling, Mr. Snow. I'm so happy for you. So now you see, I can understand how you feel about Billy Bigelow.
Still here?
Well, you told us to wait for you.
What do you think I want with two of you? I meant that one of you wants to stay. The other can go home.
All right. All right.
Well, which one of you stays? Where do you work?
Baskin's cotton mill, a little ways up the river.
And you?
I work there too.
All right, well, which one of you wants to stay?
Whoever stays loses their job.
How do you mean?
All Baskin's girls have to be respectable. We all have to live in the mill boarding house, and if we're late, well, they lock us out and we can't go back to work there anymore.
That right? They'll bounce you if you come home late?
That's right.
Well, one of you stays. Which one is it?
Julie, should I go? Can't tell you what to do, Carrie. All right, you say if you like.
Well?
Julie, should I go? You keep asking me that. Well, you know what's best to do. All right then, Carrie. You can go home. All right. Good night.
So, looks like we're both out of a job now. You had your supper yet?
No.
Want to go and eat out on the pier?
No.
Anywhere else?
No.
Haven't seen you at the carousel much. Only three times before today.
I've been there much more than that.
That right? You see me?
Yes.
You knew I was Billy Bigelow?
They told me.
You got a fella?
No.
Don't lie to me.
I haven't anybody.
So you're saying you stayed here with me the first time I asked you? You know your way around all right?
No, I don't, Mr. Bigelow.
And I suppose you don't know why you're sitting here alone with me. You wouldn't have said so fast if you hadn't done it before. What'd you stay for anyway?
So you wouldn't be left alone.
Alone? God, you're dumb. I don't have to be alone. I can have any girl I want. Don't you know that?
I know, Mr. Bigelow.
What do you know?
That all the girls are crazy for you. But that's not why I stayed. I stayed because you've been so good to me.
Well, then you can go home.
I don't want to go home now.
And suppose I leave you here, alone like this?
Even then I wouldn't go home.
Say, you remind me of someone. A girl I know up in Coney Island. I'll tell you how I met her.
Evening, Mr. Bob.
Scum.
Good evening, Timothy. That's night.
Indeed it is. Ah, Mr. Bascom, that girl's one of your girls.
One of my girls. Is that you, Miss Jordan?
Yes, Mr. Bascom.
Whatever are you doing out at this hour?
You
know what time we close our doors at the Mill boarding house. You couldn't be home on time now if you ran all the way.
No, sir.
Who's old Sideburns?
Here now, don't you go to calling Mr. Bascom names. This you're fixing to get yourself into trouble. We got a report on this fella from the police chief at Bangor. He's a pretty sly gazebo. Come up from Coney Island.
Oh, New York, eh?
He works on carousels. Makes a specialty of young things like this and gets them all moony-eyed. Promises to marry them, then takes their money.
I ain't got no money.
Speak when you're spoken to, miss.
Julie, you've heard what kind of blackguard this man is. You're an inexperienced young girl and he's imposed on you and deluded you. And that's why I'm inclined to give you one more chance.
You hear that?
I'm meeting Mrs. Bascom at the church. We'll drive you home and I'll explain everything to the house matron. Come, my child.
Well, girl, don't be standing there like you don't have good sense.
Do I have to go with you?
No, you don't have to.
Then I'll stay.
After I warned you.
You see, Timothy, there are some of them you just can't help. Good night.
Good night, Mr. Bascom. You low-down scalawag, I have to throw you in jail.
What for?
Don't know. Wish I did.
Well, then what?
Huh?
You were starting to tell me a story
Me?
about that girl in Coney Island. You said you would just put out the lights in the carousel, and that's as far as it got.
Oh, yeah. Well, just after I put out the lights, along came this little girl. Say, tell me something. Ain't you scared of me? I mean, after what that cop said about me taking money from girls?
I ain't scared.
About your name? Julie something?
Julie Jordan.
You're a queer one, Julie Jordan. Ain't you sorry that you didn't run away? You can still go if you wanna.
I reckon that I had to choose to stay. You couldn't take my money if I didn't have any, and I don't have a penny, that's true. But if I did have money, you couldn't take any, 'cause you'd ask and I'd give it to you.
You're a queer one, Julie Jordan. Ain't you ever had a fella you give money to?
No.
Ain't you ever had a fella at all?
No.
Well, you must have had a fella you went walking with.
Yes.
Where'd you walk?
Nowhere special I recall.
In the woods,
No.
on the beach.
No.
Did you love
No,
her?
I never loved no one. I told you that.
Say, you're a funny kid. You want to go into town and dance, maybe?
No. I have to be careful.
Of what?
My character. You see, I'm never going to marry. I'm never going to marry. If I was going to marry, I wouldn't have to be such a stickler. But I'm never going to marry, and a girl who don't marry has got to be much more pretty.
So what if I was to say that I'd marry you?
You?
That scares you, doesn't it? You are thinking what that cop said.
No, I ain't. I never paid no mind to what he said.
But you wouldn't marry anyone like me, would you?
Yes, I would. If I loved you, it wouldn't make any difference what you... Even if I died for it.
How do you know you do if you love me? Or how you feel or anything?
I don't know how I'd know. But just the same, I'd know how I'd How'd it be? If I loved you. When I worked in the mill, weaving at the loom, I gazed absent-minded at the room. And half the time the shadows get tangled in the threads, and the warp would get mixed with the wool. If I loved you.
But you don't.
No, I don't. But somehow I can see just exactly how I'd be if I loved you. Time and again I would try to say all I'd want you to know. If I loved you, words wouldn't come in an easy way. Round in circles I go, longing to tell you, but afraid and shy. I'd let my golden chances pass me by. Soon you'd leave me, off you would go in the mist of day. Never, never to if I loved
You don't love me. That's what you said, ain't it?
you. Yes. I can smell them, can you? The blossoms? The wind brings them down.
Ain't much wind tonight. Hardly any. You can't hear a sound, not the turn of a leaf, nor the fall of a wave hitting the sand. The tide creeping up on the beach like a thief, afraid to be caught stealing the land. On a night like this, I start to wonder what life is all about.
And I always say two heads are better than one to figure it out.
No, I don't need you. I don't need anybody to help me. I got to figure it out for myself. What are we? A couple of sticks and nothing. Look up there. There's a hell of a lot of stars in the sky, and the sky's so big, the sea looks small, and two little people, you and I, we don't count at all. Say, you're a funny kid. I'll never remember meeting anyone like you. You trying to get me to marry you?
No.
Then what's putting it in my head? It's different, all right? I don't know what it is. You look up at me with that little kid's face, like you trusted me. I wonder what it'd be like.
What?
No, nothing. I know what it'd be like. It'd be all. I can just see myself. Kind of scrawny and pale, picking at my food, and lovesick like any other guy. I'd throw away my sweater and dress up like a dude in a dickie and a collar and a tie if I loved you.
But you don't.
No, I don't. But somehow I can see just exactly how I'd be. If I loved you, time and again I would try to say all I want you to know. If I loved you, words wouldn't come in an easy way. Round in circles I go, longing to tell you, but afraid and shy. I let my golden chances pass me by. You'd leave me, off you would go in the midst of day, never, never to know how I love you. If I loved you. Oh, foolish enough to want me to. I wouldn't.
Don't worry about it, Billy.
Who's worried?
You're right about there being no wind. The blossoms are just coming down by themselves. Just their time to, I reckon.
women doing in there?
Hold your horses!
Are you cooking ice cream?
Roasting the lemonade? Get away, you passel of demons!
Hey, where's Nick?
In the kitchen, busier than a bee in a bucket of tar. And you ought to be ashamed of yourselves, making yourselves a plague and a nuisance with your yelling and screaming and carrying on. Give it to him good, Harry, give it to him good. Get away, you no-account nothings, with your silly jokes and prattle. If you can't know your brains, my head thinks they'll have room to rattle. Give it to him good, Harry, March went out like a lion, whipping up the water in the bay. Then April cried and stepped aside, and along came pretty little May. May was full of promises, but she didn't keep them quick enough for some. And a lot of doubting promises was predicting that the summer never come.
But it's coming by, come, you can feel it come, you can feel it in your heart, you can see it in the ground.
You can hear it in the trees, you can smell it in the breeze. Look around, look around, look around. June is busting out all over the meadows and the hills. But they're busting out and pushing, and the rocking wheel are pushing, and the little wheel are built beside the mill. June is busting out all over. The feeling is looking so intense that the young Virginia creatures have been hugging now the deepest, and all the morning glories of the sun. Because it's June, 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 just because it's June, June, June. Fresh and alive and gay and young, June is a love song sweetly sung. June is busting out all over.
The dancers are busting out the sound.
You are lusty, all the boys are feeling lusty, and the girls 18 and pulling up a fight. Because it's June, 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 just because it's June, June, night and didn't come home. Jigger Cragen, his new friend. He's a sailor on that big whaler in Nancy B. She sails tomorrow. I'll be glad. Look, girls, we got a lot of work to do. You sit up down there, and you sweep those stairs up there. And keep out of the way, and don't poke your noses in other people's business. You need me, Cousin Eddie? No, you stay out here and visit with Carrie. You haven't seen each other in such a long time. Do you good? Is he working yet? No. Nettie's been awful kind letting us stay with her. Mr. Snow says that a man who can't find work these days is just bone lazy. No, you don't know a trade. He's only good at what he used to do. So now he just don't do anything. Wouldn't the Carousel woman take him back? I think she would, but he won't go. I asked him why, but he won't tell me. Last Monday, he hit me. Did you hit him back? No. Why didn't you leave him? I don't want to. I would. I'd leave him. Thinks he can do whatever he wants just because he's Billy Bigelow. Don't support you, beats you. He's a bad one. He isn't willingly or meaningly bad. You're right, I guess. That night you sat on the bench together, he was gentle then. You told me. Yes, he was. But now, he's always acting up. Not always. Sometimes he's gentle, even now. After supper, when he sits out here to listen to the music from the Carousel, something comes over him, and he's gentle. What's he say? Nothing. He just sits and gets thoughtful. You can see he's unhappy because he ain't working. That's really why he hit me on Monday. Oh, fine reason for hitting you. Beats his wife because he ain't working. He's on his mind. Did he hurt you? Oh, no. No. Look, Julie, I got some good news to tell you about me. About Mr. Snow and me. We're going to be cried in church next Sunday. Oh, no, hold your racket. They'll all come at me together. How long have you been bespoke? Near on to 2 months. Julie was the first to know. What's it look like, Julie? Oh, Julie's never seen him, but you all will soon. He's coming here. I asked him to the clam bake. I can't wait to meet him. Can't wait for the wedding. Me neither. What a day that'll be for you. When you walk down the aisle, with your orange blossom quivering in your hand, you will stumble to the spot where the forest heart is, and your finger will be ringed with a golden band. And you'll know the bell is yours, and you are his. When I married Mr. Snow, the flowers will be buzzing with the harmonies. The birds will make a racket in the churchyard trees. When I married Mr. Snow, then it's on to home we'll go. And both of us will look a little dreamy-eyed, drive into a cottage by the ocean side, where the salty breezes blow. He'll carry me across the threshold, and I'll be as meek as a lamb. Then he'll set me on my feet, and I'll say kind of sweet, well, Mr. Snow, here I am.
Then I'll kiss her so she knows that everything will be as right can be. Living in a cottage by the sea with me, where the salty breezes blow. I love Miss Pipperidge, and I aim to make Miss Pipperidge change her name to Mrs. Enoch Snow.
never look him in the face again. Never. Come on inside and get the two lovebirds.
Surprise?
Surprised? I'm mortified. Well, this is him. Harry's told me a lot about you. I told you a lot about Julie, too, didn't I? Harry tells me you're coming to the clam bake. Looks like we'll have fine weather for it, too. Not a cloud in the sky.
You're right.
He don't say much, but what he does say is awful pithy.
Well, Cherry, I near forgot. I bought you some flowers.
Flowers, where are they? Geranium seeds.
And this in here is hydrangea. Thought we might plant them in front of the cottage. They do good in the salt air.
That'll be beautiful.
I like digging around the garden in my spare time. Like to plant flowers and take care of them. Does your husband like that too?
I can't rightly say he really likes to take care of flowers, but he likes to smell them, though. Is he anything like I told you he would be? Just like. Enoch's nice looking, ain't he?
Oh, chum, Cherry.
Oh, steady and reliable, too. Well, ain't you gonna wish us luck? Of course I'm gonna wish you luck, Harry. But you can kiss Enoch, too, us being such good friends and me standing right here looking at you.
Why are you crying? Well, Mrs.
It's because she has such a good heart. Okay,
We thank you for your heartfelt sympathy. We thank you, Mrs.
Bigelow. Mrs. Billy Bigelow. That's my name. Mrs. Billy. You know, Carrie. This is Mr. Snow.
Mr. Bigelow, I almost feel like I know you.
How you doing?
Not bad. It's just getting over a little chest cold. That time of year, you know.
Billy!
All right, say it. I've been out all night. I ain't working. And I'm living off your cousin Nettie.
I didn't say anything.
Nobody without a tip of your tongue.
Billy, be sure to come back in time to go to the clam bake.
I ain't going to no clam bake. Come on, sugar.
I'm glad you ain't got no whoop jamboree notions like Billy.
Well, Carrie, it always seemed to me a man's got enough to worry about. Getting a good sleep at night so as to get in a good day's work the next day without going in and looking for any special trouble.
You're right, Enoch.
A man's got to make plans for his life. Then he's got to stick to them.
Your plans are turning out fine, ain't they, Enoch?
All according to schedule so far. I own a little house and I sail a little boat, and the fish I catch I sell. And in a manner of speaking, I'm doing very well. I love a little girl and she's in love with me, and soon she'll be my bride. And in a manner of speaking, I should be satisfied.
Well, ain't you?
If I told you my plans and the things I intend, it'd make every car on your head stand on end. When I make enough money out of one little boat, I'll put all my money in another little boat. I'll make twice as much out of two little boats. And the first thing you know, I'll have 4 little boats, then 8 little boats, then a fleet of little boats, then a great big fleet of great big boats. All catching herring, bringing it to shore, sailing out again and bringing in more and more and more and more.
Who's gonna eat all that herring?
They ain't going to be herring. Gonna build a little sardine cannery, then a big one, then the biggest one in the whole country, oh Charlie. I'm gonna get rich on sardines. I mean, we're gonna get rich. I mean, you and me and all of us. The first year we're married, we'll have one little kid. The second year we'll go and have another little kid. You'll see you got enough for a little kid. We'll build a lot more rooms. Our dear little house will get bigger. Our dear little house will get bigger.
And so will my finger.
Oh, Cherry, can you imagine how it'll be when all the children are upstairs in bed and you and me sit alone by the fireside? Me in my armchair, you on my knee? Baby.
Maybe.
When the children are asleep, we'll sit and dream the things that every other dad and mother dream. When the children are asleep and lights are low, if I still love you the way I love you today, your pardon my saying I told you so. When the children are asleep, I'll dream with you. We'll think what fun we've had and be glad that it all came true.
Children are awake, all popping through the rooms and running on the stairs. Then in a manner of speaking, our house is really theirs. But once they close their eyes and we are left alone and free from all their cares, then in a manner of speaking, we can be really us. When the children are asleep, we'll sit and
Dream all alone.
and every other dad and mother
Dream that won't be interrupted when the children are asleep and lights are low.
If I still love you the way I love you today, you'll pardon my saying I told you so. When the children are asleep, I'll dream with you.
You'll dream with me.
We'll think what fun we have had and be glad that it all came true.
Today, a long time ago, you'll still hear me say that the best dream I know is
When the children are asleep, I'll dream with you.
Hey, Billy, where'd you go? Oh, man, stick with me. After I get rid of my sick ache, I want to talk to you. Got an idea. You're doing me to make money. Much more than you ever saw in your life. Hey, Jacob, get back here. People who live on land, understand. You in jail. Been off the state. The life is getting straight. Tell him it's the dog in the hip of a whale. Want to feel your hands up on the wheel and to feel the wind whistling in your sail.
The very first to see. Never, never will. Blow high, blow low. Away we will go. We'll go away in the sailing away. Away we'll go, blowing high and low. For many a long, long day. For many and many a long, long day. The next to talk, will be lying and letting you everywhere. Low, high, low, low, where the people go. We will go where they are sailing away. Away we'll go, low, high and low. For many, many a long, long day. For many and many a long, long day.
So today you're selling cake. So is there some side rich going to build also build your ship? That's right. And tonight he'll be taking $3,000 or $4,000 down to Captain by himself to walk along the waterfront by himself with all that money. You think you have someone go with him? Not him. Not the last 3 times anyway. I watched him from the same spot and see him pass me. Once I nearly jumped him. Why didn't you? Don't like to do a job unless it's airtight. And this one needs 2 to pull it off proper. Besides, there was a moon shining on him like a torch. Don't like moons. And it's 10 to 1 and I don't like moons. And it's 10 to 1 will fog tonight. So that's why I wanted you to tell your wife that we'd be going on that clam bake. Clam bake? Why? Suppose we're all on the island, and you and me get lost on the island for half an hour. Suppose you and me get a boat and come back here and did whatever we had to do, and then got back. There's your alibi. We just say we were lost on the island all that time. Well, just what would we have to do? I mean, what would I have to do? You go up to old Sideburns and say, "Excuse me, sir, will you tell me the time?" "Excuse me, sir, will you tell me the time?" Then what? Well, by that time I got my knife in his knife. I ain't got a knife. You can get one, can't you? Does he have to be killed? No, you don't have to be. But these New Englanders are funny. They'd rather be killed. I ain't gonna do it. It's dirty. What's dirty about it? The knife. All right, forget the knife. Go up to old Sideburns with a tin cup and say, "Excuse me, sir, will you give me $3,000? See what he does for you. I ain't gonna do it. Of course, if you got all the money you want and don't need, I ain't got a cent. Funny thinks I'm dead. That's what I thought. And you're out of a job, and you got a wife to support. Get off about my wife! What do you want?
Hello, Billy.
What'd you come here for?
Come to talk business.
Business.
I see you're still hanging around your jailbird friend.
What's it to you who I hang around with? There's one thing I can't abide, the common type of woman.
Why don't you go home and sleep at night? You look awful.
Here you got me barker.
Push your hair back off your forehead.
Let my hair be.
If I told you to let it hang down over your eyes, you'd push it back. I hear you've been beating her. If you're sick of her, why don't you leave her? No use beating her.
Leave her? You like that, wouldn't you?
Don't flatter yourself. If I had any sense, I wouldn't have come here. The things you gotta do in your business. I'd sell the damn carousel if I could.
In the crowd without me?
Those fool girls keep asking for you. Oh, they miss you, see? Are you gonna be sensible and come back?
Leave Julie?
You beat her, don't you?
I don't beat her. It's all this full talk about beating. I hit her once. Now the whole town is... The next one on here...
All right, I take it back. I don't want to get mixed up in it.
Beating her. As if I beat her.
What are the odds one way or another? look at the thing straight. You've been married 2 months and you're sick of it. Out there's the carousel. Show boots, young girls, all the beer you want, a good living. And you're throwing it all away. You know what? I got a new organ.
I know.
How do you know?
You can hear it from here. I listen to it every night.
Good one, ain't it?
Jim Dandy. Got a nice tone.
You ought to come up close and hear it. It makes you think the carousel is going faster. Oh, you belong out there and you know it. You ain't cut out for a respectable married man. You're an honest type. You belong among honest. Tell you what, you come back to me and I'll give you the ruby ring my husband left me.
I don't know. I might come back. I could still go on living here with Julie.
Oh, Moses!
What's wrong?
Can you imagine how the girls will love that? A baka who runs home to his wife every night. Why people laugh themselves sick?
Yeah, hell, I know what you want.
Oh, don't be so stuck on yourself.
I ain't happy here. And that's the truth.
Of course you ain't.
What do you want?
I got you your breakfast. Why don't you have a talk with her? She'll understand. Maybe she'll be glad to get rid of you.
Maybe.
Billy, before I forget, I've got something to tell you.
All right, then tell me.
I've been wanting to tell you. In fact, I was going to yesterday.
Well, what is it?
I can't tell it now. We have to be alone.
Hey, you see I'm busy?
It only takes a minute.
Get out of here.
No. It only takes a minute.
Will you get out of here?
No.
What do you say?
Let her alone, Billy. Look, I'll drop in at Baskin's Bank and get some small change for the carousel. I'll be back in a few minutes for your answer to my proposition. Don't look at me like that. I ain't afraid of you. Ain't afraid of anybody. I've got something to tell you.
Well, then tell me. Make it quick.
I can't tell it so quick. Why don't you drink your coffee?
That what you wanted to tell me?
No. Yesterday, my head ached, and you asked me...
Yeah?
Well, you see, that's what it is.
You sick?
Oh, no, it's nothing like that. It's awful hard to tell you.
What?
I am a bit scared. It's a perfectly natural thing.
What?
Well, when two people live together,
Yes?
I'm gonna have a baby.
Sugar. Julie. Julie's gonna have a baby. Yeah? What about it? Nothing. My mom had a baby once.
You know with that? They're having it out, I bet. When he comes back to me, I ain't gonna let him hang around you anymore. You know that, don't you?
Common
I
woman.
ain't gonna let him get in your clutches. Everybody that gets mixed up with you ends up in the jailhouse. What's agreed?
Ah, shut. Carnival Chippy comes between a man and his wife.
Come in between nothing. They don't belong together. Nobody knows him like I do, and nobody's gonna get him away from me. And that goes for you.
Ah, who needs him? He's gonna let himself get tied up to wild old kid smart like you. What good is he to me?
Well, he won't be no good to you. And he won't end up with a policeman's bullet in his heart, like that Roberts boy you hung around with last year. Wish the boy had got you, you sweetheart war rat. You just keep away from him, that's all. Or they'll get the cops after you.
Common woman.
Call names, but I got him back just the same. And you're thrilled.
Put on a new coat of paint. It's starting to peel. Oh, pleasure boat. You still here?
Oh, didn't you tell me to come back? Here. You'll be one in advance on your salary. Well, I thought it was only fair. You've been out of work a long time.
Go home, Mrs. Mullen.
What's the matter with you?
Can't you see I'm eating my breakfast? Go back to your carousel.
You mean you ain't coming with me?
Get out of here! Get!
I'll never speak to you again. Not if you were dying, I wouldn't.
Yeah, that worries me a
What
lot.
did she tell you in there?
She just said that. No, nothing about you, Mrs. Mullen. Just about me and Julie. And, well, as a matter of fact, I'm going to be a father.
You? Julie?
Goodbye, Mrs. Mullen. Get the hell out of here, Mrs. Mullen! Goodbye, Mrs. Mullen! I wonder what he'll think of me. I guess he'll call me the old man. I guess he'll think I can lick every other fella's father. Well, I can. I guess that he'll turn out to be the spitting image of his dad. But he'll have more common sense than his pudding-headed father ever had. I'll teach him to wrestle and dive through a wave when we go in the mornings for a swim. His mother can teach him the way to behave, but she won't make a sissy out of him. Not him, not my boy, not Bill. Bill. My boy Bill, I will see that he's named after me. I will. My boy Bill, he'll be tall and as tough as a tree. Will Bill, like a tree, he'll grow with his head held high and his feet planted firm on the ground. And you won't see nobody dare to try to boss him or toss him around. No fat-bottom, flabby-faced bully will boss him around. I don't give a damn what he does. As long as he does what he likes, he can sit on his tail, walk on a rail with a hammer and spikes. He can ferry a boat on a river, or pedal a pack on his back. He can work up and down the streets of a town with a whip and a horse and a hat. He can haul a scow along a canal, run a cow around a corral, or maybe bar for a carousel. Of course, it takes talent to do that well. He might be the champ of a heavyweight, or a fella that sells you glue, or president of the United States. Yeah, that'd be all right. You know, his mother was like that. But he wouldn't be president if he didn't want to be. Not Bill. My boy Bill, he'll be tall and as tough as a tree. Will Bill, like a tree, he'll grow with his head held high and his feet planted firm on the ground. And you won't see nobody dare to try to boss him or toss him around. No fat-bottom, flabby-faced, pot-bellied, baggy-eyed bastard will boss him around. And I'm damned if he'll marry his boss's daughter, a skinny-lipped virgin with blood like water, who'll give him a peck and call it a kiss, and look in his eyes through a lorgnette. Say, why am I taking on like this? My kid ain't even been born yet. I can see him when he's 17 or so, and starting in to go with a girl. I can give him lots of pointers, very sound, on the way to get around any girl. I can tell him... What the hell? What if he's a girl? Oh, Bill.
bill. What can I do with it? What can I do for it? I'm a bum with no money. You can't have fun with the sun, but you gotta be a father to a girl. She mightn't be so bad at that. A kid with ribbons in her hair. A kind of sweet and petite little tin type of her mother. What a pair. My little girl, pink and white as peaches and cream is she. My little girl is half again as bright as girls are meant to be. Dozens of boys pursue her, many a likely lad does what he can to woo her from her faithful dad. She has a few pink and white young fellas up 2 and 3, but my little girl gets hungry every night, and she comes home to me. My little girl, my little girl. I've gotta get ready before she comes. I've gotta make certain that she won't be dragged up in slums with a lot of bums like me. She's gotta be sheltered and fed and dressed in the best that money can buy. I never knew how to make money, but I'll try, by God, I'll try. I'll go out and make it, or steal it, or take it, or die. We're coming.
You don't have to have a fit about it. Hey, Billy, what's this Julie says about you not going to the clam bake?
Clam bake? Maybe I will go after all. There's Jigger. I gotta go talk to him.
I'll tell Julie you're coming. She'll be
Jigger,
tickled
come here.
pink.
Look, I changed my mind about the clam bake. I'll do everything just like you said. On account of the babies, see?
Sure, the baby. You get the knife?
A knife?
All I got is this pocket knife. We'll need a real one if he shows a fight.
But I ain't got a knife.
Go inside and take the kitchen knife.
Somebody might see me.
Do it so they don't see you.
Hey, Carol, are you coming?
Yeah, I think so.
Well, it was barrel of fun. I'll show you all over the island and know every inch of it. Been going to picnics there since I've been a little girl.
Hey, Billy, you better get the
Get what, Billy?
shawl. Billy said you ought to get a shawl. Gets awful cold at night. Ain't that what you said, Billy?
Yeah, that's right. I better go get it. The shawl.
That was real thoughtful of you, Billy.
I'll go get it.
Come on off! That's been moving up so highly. It's like that everybody wants to live. Because it's you, just because it's could have ate those last 4 dozen clams. Look at yours, Beasley. You just keep your heads in your pockets if they're so full. It was a real nice Sunday. We're mighty glad we came. The little Fiat were good, you bet. The company was the same. Our hearts are warm, our bellies are full, and we are feeling right. It was a real nice Sunday, and we all had a real good time. The coffee powder cooked in iron kettles, onions floating on the top, curling up in petals. Everything is a falling heart. And all New England grace. Last year was a carousel, but as we were there, very still. This was a real nice Sunday. We're mighty glad we came. The little Fiat were good and bad. The company was the same. Our hearts are warm, our bellies are full, and we are feeling right. This was a real nice Sunday, and we all had a real good time.
Remember when we raked them red-hot lobsters out of the driftwood fire? They sizzled and crackled and sputtered a song, fitting for an angel's choir.
Fit for angels, fit for angels, fit for angels, why? Then we slicked them down the back and peppered them good and doused them with melted butter. And we tore away the claws and cracked them with our teeth, 'cause we weren't in the mood to putter. Fit for angels, fit for angels, fit for angels, why? Just how many of them we couldn't say ourselves. This was a real nice Sunday. We're mighty glad we came. The little Fiat were good and bad. The company was the same. Our hearts are warm, our bellies are full, and we are feeling right. This was a real nice Sunday, and we all had a real good time. We said it before and we'll say it again. We all had a real Started the treasure hunt? Yeah! Just a minute! Nobody's going treasure hunting till we get this island cleaned up. Can't leave it like this for the next picnic that comes. No getting get to work. No king caboodle of you. Burn that rubbish. Gather up those bottles. Hey, Enoch, you're there cleaning up once you go hide the treasure.
Why should he get out of all the working?
Because he found it last year. One that finds it hides it the next year. That's the way we do.
Hey, Jigger. Well set up little piece that carried.
Look, it ain't about time for us to start.
No. We'll wait till they're ready for that treasure hunt. That'll be a good way for you and me to leave. We'll be a team, see? Then we'll get lost together, like I said. Stop jumping from one foot to the other and go along to your wife and tell that Carrie to come and talk to me.
Look, Jigger, you ain't got time for girls tonight.
Ah, sure I have. You know me, quick or nothing.
Look, Jigger, after we do it, well, then what do we do?
Bury the treasure. Go along like nothing happened for 6 months. Wait another 6 months. Then by passage on a ship.
The baby will be born by then.
We can take it with us.
Maybe we'll sail to San Francisco.
Why do you keep putting your hand over your chest?
My heart's jumping up and down under the knife.
Put the knife on the other side.
Mr. Bigelow, Julie says you should come and help her.
I don't feel so well.
It's maybe the clam's not sitting so good on your stomach.
Oh, it's nothing on my stomach. Something on my mind. Here, come and sit with me for a minute. I want your advice.
Now look here, Mr. Cragen, I ain't got no time for no warped yarn spoondrift.
I want your advice. Look, sugar, I'm crazy for you. Boy, if I had this feeling for anyone.
Mr. Cragen!
Why, I'd do anything for you. Just to see a lovely smile, I'd soon do be with my mask closed. You're the only girl for me. I've had a little kiss.
Mr. Cragen, I couldn't.
Didn't you hear me say I loved you?
And I'm awful sorry for you, but what can I do? Enoch and me are going to be cried in church next Sunday.
Next Sunday, I'll be far out at sea looking at the icy gray water. Maybe I'll go drown myself.
Oh, don't.
Then how about a kiss? One measly little kiss.
Enoch wouldn't like it.
I don't want to kiss Enoch.
I'll thank you not to yell at me, Mr. Cragen. If you loved me like you say you did, then please treat me with the same respect you would if you didn't love me.
Carrot, Miss Tippridge, a word, please. I know I don't deserve your forgiveness, but for a few awful moments, let the brute come out in me.
I think I understand, Mr. Cragen.
Now, there's one thing that worries me, and it worries me a lot. It's about you.
About me?
Oh, you're such a sweet little innocent. You have no right to sit there with a man you hardly knew alone. You know, every girl ought to know how to defend herself against beasts like that. Let me show you how a few tricks you can use to defend yourself.
But Mr. Cragen, I ain't strong enough.
Don't take strength. All it takes is balance. Just a twist of the wrist, a dig with the elbow. Here, I'll show you a simple one. This might save your life someday. Suppose a fella grabs you like this. Now put your two hands around my neck. Now pull them towards you. Good. Now pull down. Now put your left arm over my neck and pull. Squeeze. Tighter. Good job.
Does it hurt?
Oh, you had me helpless.
Oh, show me another one.
All right. Here's one where you can pick up a fella and send him sprawling. Now, here's what you do. No, I'll do it to you first, then you'll do it to me. Stand still and relax. This is the way firemen carry people.
Is it?
Oh, see how helpless it can make a fella if he gets fresh with you?
Mr. Cragen. Hello, Enoch. This is the way firemen carry people.
Where's the fire?
Mr. Cragen was just showing me how to defend myself.
Didn't look like you would learn very much by the time I came. What's all this fussling and wustling and fuzzling all about? In my opinion, sir, you are about as scurvy a hunk of scum as I ever seen near the water's edge at low tide. The same, side view. I never thought I'd see the woman I am engaged to being carried out of the woods like a falling deer.
Oh, he wasn't carrying me out of the woods. He was carrying me into the woods. Well, that's not what I meant.
I think we have said all we have to say. I can't abide women who are free, loose, and lollygagging.
But Enoch...
And I certainly would never marry one.
But Enoch...
Just go, please. Just leave me. Leave me all alone with my shattered memories. They're all I have left. Memories of what didn't happen. In the window, hydrangeas on the lawn, and breakfast in the kitchen, in the timid pink of dawn, and you to blow me kisses as I headed for the sea. We might have been a happy pair of lovers, mightn't have we? And coming home at twilight, might have been so sweet to take my catch of herring and lay them at your feet. I might have had a baby to dandle on my knee. For all these things that might have been are never, never to be. To fail, I never see it fail. A girl who's in love with a virtuous man is doomed to weep and wail. Stone cutters cut it on stone, woodpeckers peck it on wood. There's nothing so bad for a woman as a man who thinks he's good. Nice talk. My mother used to say to me, when you grow up, my son, I hope you're a bum like your father was, 'cause a good man ain't no fun. Stone cutters cut it on stone, woodpeckers peck it on wood. There's nothing so bad for a woman as a man who thinks he's good. Chainsaw is two. Chainsaw is two.
Enoch, say something soft and sweet to me. Say something soft and sweet to me, Enoch.
Boston cream pie. Oh, when are we going to start this treasure hunt?
Y'all got your partners? 2 men to a team. You got half an hour to find the treasure. The winners can kiss any girl they want. Billy, are you going with Jigger?
Why?
Don't you think that's foolish?
Why?
Neither one of you knows the island good. You should split up. You should go with...
Look, we're partners, see? Come on, Jigger.
I don't know what gets into men. Enoch put on a new suit today, and he was a different person. I never see it now. A girl who's in love with any man is doomed to weep and wail. First off, they marry you. What do you expect, Carrie? You'd be better off. I don't mind me. Be married a year. I'll tell you. The clock ticks your life away. There's no relief in sight. It's cooking and scrubbing and sewing all day. God knows what all night. Sometimes running on stone, woodpeckers pecking on wood. There's nothing so bad for a woman as whatever's bad or good. Makes you wonder, don't it? Now you tell her, Julie. She's your best girlfriend. Tell her to her good, Julie. Tell her to her good. Watch my youth of wondering if he's good or if he's bad. 'Cause if you like the way he wears his hat. Watch my youth of wondering if he's good or if he's bad. If you're fella and you love him, that he is, whether he's false or true, and something gave him the things that are his. One of those things is you. So when he wants your kisses, you will give them to the lad, and anywhere he leads you, you will walk. And anytime he needs you, you'll go running there like mad. You're his girl and he's your dollar, and all the rest is wrong. Hey, where are you going?
Where are we going? We're looking for the treasure.
I don't want you to really let me come with you.
No!
Billy,
I ain't got time to fool with women. Get out of my way.
Billy, let me have that. Billy, please.
Suppose you don't come.
He'll come. Now, what do you say to him?
I say, good evening, sir. Excuse me, sir. Could you tell me the time? And what if he answers me? Then what do I do?
He won't answer you.
Have you ever killed a man before?
If I did, I wouldn't be very likely to tell you, would I?
No, I guess you wouldn't. But if you did, I mean, if tonight what happens if someday we come before God?
You and me? Not a chance.
Why not?
What's the highest court they ever dragged you into?
Just police magistrates, I guess.
Never been before a Supreme Court judge, have you?
No?
Same thing in the next world. For the rich, the high court and the heavenly judge. For you and me, police magistrates. For the rich, chubby little angels and fine music.
We don't get any music?
Not a note. All they'll have for you and me is justice. Yes, sir, nothing but justice.
It's getting late. They'll be coming back from the clam bake soon. I wish he'd come. Suppose he don't.
He'll come. What do you say we play some cards to pass the time?
All right.
How much money you got?
80 cents.
All right, 80 cents. We'll play 21. I'll bank.
All right. I'll bet the bank.
Sounds like he's got an ace.
I'll take one more. Too much. Oh, I wish Sideburns would come and have this over with already.
He's a little late. All right, we're going to keep on playing?
I told you, I ain't got any more money.
You want to play on credit?
You mean you trust me?
No, but I'll deduct it.
From what?
From your share of the money. You win, you deduct it from mine.
All right. How much is the bank?
Sideburns will have $3,000 on him. That's how much he brings the captain. Tonight, the captain don't get it. We get it. 1,500 for you, 1,500 for me.
All right, deal. 50. No. $100.
21.
Ah, all right, double or nothing.
Double or nothing it is.
Come on. Give me one more. All right, I'll stay.
21.
Hey, you cheating?
Do I look like a cheat?
$500. Dollars.
Say, you're a plunger, ain't you? Yes, sir.
Give me one more. Ah, too much.
That makes $700 you owe me.
700? Double or nothing.
Double or nothing.
I'll stand pat.
21. A natural.
You damn dirty crook. I swear the next time you did it. Excuse me, sir. Do you have the time?
Yes. Oh! Don't punch either one of you. Drop that knife. Ahoy out there! On the NCB! Captain Watson, anybody out there?
Ahoy down there!
Go after that one. He's running up Maple Street. I'll cover the other one. You. There's one more bullet left in this, and don't you forget that. Look behind you. What do you see?
2 policemen.
You want to know what time it is? I'll tell you. The time for you will be 10 or 20 years in prison.
Oh, no, it won't.
Where do you think you're escaping to the sky?
They won't put me in no prison.
Stop it!
Julie! Ah!
What about you, Mr. Bascom? Are you all right?
Yes, I'm all right. Lucky though, very lucky. This is the first time I've ever carried a pistol with me.
Is he dead?
I don't think so. Still breathing.
You go for a doctor. Bring him round out front where we can see him. I'll put this under his head.
The silly fools. They didn't even notice I was coming from the ship, not to it.
The money they tried to kill for is locked up in my desk.
The fools.
He got away.
What's that?
Coming back from Plan B.
You better stop them.
Yeah, stop. Get back there. Step back. Back there. Step back. Oh, Julie. Little Julie. I got something to tell you. I couldn't see anything ahead. And Jigger told me, he told me of a way to get a hold of a lot of money, see?
Yes.
Julie, tell the baby if you want. Tell her I had this idea about San Francisco. And Julie,
Yes.
hold my hand. Tight.
I am holding it tight. All the time.
Julie. Tighter. Still tighter. Julie.
Goodbye.
The good Lord will help him now, ma'am.
Julie, I hope you don't mind me saying it, but you're better off this way.
Carrie's right.
Tell me, Julie, am I right? You're right, Kat. He's better off too, poor fella. Believe me, Julie, he's better off too. Don't cry, Kat. God be with you, Julie. Where is he? Where is he? No, mother. Sleep, Billy. Sleep peaceful like a good boy. I knew why you hit me. You were quick-tempered and unhappy. I always knew everything you were thinking. But you didn't always know what I was thinking. One thing I never told you, scared you'd laugh at me. I'll tell you now. I love you. I love you. I love you. I was always ashamed to say it out loud. But now I said it. Didn't I? What am I going to do? Do? Why you got to stay on here with me? So I can be with you when you have the baby. Main thing is to keep on living. Keep on caring what's going to happen. Remember that sampler you gave me? Remember what it said? The word? Sure. We used to sing them in school. Sing now. See if you know what they mean. When you walk through a storm, keep your chin up high. And don't be afraid of... When you walk through a storm, keep your chin up high. And don't be afraid of the dark. At the end of a storm is a golden sky and a sweet silver song of a lark. Walk on through the wind, walk on through
Gotta get going.
Going? Where?
Never mind where. Important thing is you can't stay here.
Julie!
She can't hear you.
Who decided that?
You did when you killed yourself.
Oh, I see. So that's how it is?
It isn't as simple as that.
What are you gonna do to me?
We weren't going to do anything. We just came down to fetch you. Take you up to the judge.
The judge? You mean I'm going before the Lord God himself?
What have you ever done that you should come before him?
Oh, I see. So it's just like Jigger said. The Supreme Court for the little guys. Just police magistrates.
Who said anything about
Well, I tell you, I'm not going to take it up here like I did on Earth. I'm not going to go down like they made me there. I'm going to stand up for my rights. I'm dead and I got nothing to lose. I'm going straight to the top, you hear me? Straight to the Lord God himself, you hear?
Simmer down, Billy. Simmer down.
You're in the backyard of heaven. There are the gates. Over there.
The pearly gates?
No. The pearly gates are in front. Those are the back gates. They're just mother of pearly.
I don't want to go in no back gate. I want to go straight.
Go where we send you, young man.
Now listen here.
Don't yell.
I didn't yell.
Well, don't. This one's finished. Sister, please hang it over Salem, Mass.
Hiya.
Billy. Now, here's a routine question I gotta ask everybody. Is there anything on earth you left unfinished? Reason I ask is, you're entitled to go back for one day, if you want to.
I don't know. Guess as long as I'm here, I won't go back.
Waives his right to go back.
Can you tell me something? Is my baby gonna be a boy or a girl?
We'll get to that later.
But I just want to know.
Just let me do the asking. You do the answering. I got my orders. You left your wife having that baby coming with nothing for him to live on. Why'd you do that?
I couldn't see anything ahead. And I couldn't bear to see her.
You couldn't bear to see her cry. Why not come right out and say it? Why are you afraid of saying the right word? Why are you ashamed? You love Julie.
I ain't ashamed of anything.
Why'd you beat her, Billy?
I didn't beat her. I couldn't beat a poor little thing like that. I hit her.
Why?
Well, you see, we'd argue. And she'd say one thing and I'd say another, and, well, she'd be right, so I'd hit her.
Are you sorry you hit her?
I ain't sorry for nothing.
You can be as sot and pernickety as you want. Up here, patience is as endless as time. We can wait. Now look here, son. It's only fair to tell you, you're in a pretty tight corner. Fact is, you haven't done enough good in your life to get in there. Not even through the back door.
All right, well, if I can't get in, I can't.
Didn't say you can't. Said you ain't done enough so far. You might still make it if you tried hard enough.
How?
Why don't you go down to earth like I said you could? Do something real fine for someone.
Oh, what could I do?
Well, for one thing, you could do your little daughter some good.
A daughter? It's a girl, my baby.
She ain't a baby anymore, Billy. She's 15 years old.
How could that be? I just left there.
You gotta get used to a new way of telling time. A year on earth is just a minute up here. Would you like to go down and see her?
Could I? Could I see her from here?
Sure could. Follow me.
Tell me. Is she happy?
No, she ain't. She's a lot like you. That's why I figure you're the one who could help her most. If you was there.
Well, if she ain't happy, I don't want to see her.
Well, right this minute, she appears to be having a fine time. Yes, sir. There she is, running on the beach. Got her shoes and stockings off.
Like I used to do.
Don't you think you better take a look?
What do I have to do to see her?
Just look and wait. The power to see her will come to you.
Is that her? The little girl with straw-colored hair?
Pretty, ain't she?
My little girl.
My father would have bought me a pretty dress too. He was a barker on a carousel. Your father was a thief.
You said you wanted to.
I know what she's going through.
Kinda like what happened to you when you was a kid, ain't it?
Somebody ought to help her.
Somebody ought to. You can go down anytime. Office still open.
And then we all climbed to the top of the Statue of Liberty. Enoch, me, and the 9 kids. Did you go to any theaters in New York? Of course we did. Did you see any of them there? Extravaganzas? Enoch took me to one of them things. The curtain went up, and the first thing you see is 12 hussies with nothing on their legs but tight. What happened then? Well, Enoch just grabbed hold of my arm and dragged me out of the theater. But I went back the next day to a matinee to see how the story come out. All by yourself? Lucky you didn't see anybody you know. I did. Who? Enoch. This one girl, she sang an awful catchy song. She threw her leg over a fence like this, and it rained all day. Louise, take these cups into the kitchen, dear. That's a good one. She threw her leg over a fence like this, and she sung, I'm a tomboy, just a tomboy. I'm a madcap maiden from Broadway. I'm a tomboy, a merry tomboy. I'm a madcap maiden from Broadway. I was just telling Julie about that show, Madcap Maidens.
We also saw Julius Caesar. Wouldn't that be a better play to quote from?
I don't remember much of that one. All the men were dressed in nightgowns and it made me sleepy. Won't you sit down and visit with us?
Feared we haven't the time. Mrs. Snow and I have to stop at the minister's on the way to graduation. And thank you not to sing I'm a tomboy to the minister's wife.
I already did.
Come, Junior.
Can I stay and talk to Louise? Just for 5 minutes?
No.
Oh, let him.
All right. 5 minutes. No more.
Goodbye. Goodbye, I'll see you at the graduation.
Still lollygagging? You think a woman with 9 children would have more sense?
If I had had more sense, I wouldn't have had 9 children. I wish I could go to New York.
What are you going to do after you graduate?
Listen, Nina, can you keep a secret?
Can you see me?
Only if you want to.
Well, what's the secret?
I'm going to be an actress. There's a troupe coming through here next week. I met a fella. Says he's the advanced man or something. Says he can help me.
You mean run away? I won't let you do it, Louise.
Well, how will you stop me?
I'll marry you, that's how. The hardest thing will be to persuade Papa to let me marry beneath my station.
You needn't bother about marrying beneath your station. I wouldn't have you. And I wouldn't have that stepper cousin for a father-in-law. If they gave me $1 million.
You're a fine one to talk about my father. What about your own? A cheap barker on a carousel. And he beat your mother.
You get out of here! You sneaky little lolly-dog! I'll kill you!
If I want her to see me, she will. Little girl? Louise?
Who are you? How do you know my name?
Somebody told me you lived here. I knew your father.
My father.
Listen, I heard what that little whippersnapper said. It ain't true. Any of it.
It is true. All of it.
Did your mother tell you that?
No, but every kid in town knows it. They haven't thrown it up at me ever since I can remember. I wish I was dead.
What did your mother say about him?
Well, she's told me a lot of fairy stories about how he died in San Francisco. She's always saying what a handsome fellow he was.
Well, he was.
He was, really?
He was the handsomest fellow around here.
You knew him. And he was handsome. What else about him? Know anything else good about him?
Well, he used to make funny jokes on the carousel and make people laugh.
He did? What else?
Listen, I want to give you something.
Don't come in, mister. My mother wouldn't like it.
Please, darling, I just want to give you a present.
Don't you come any closer. You go away with your white face.
Listen,
You scare me.
just take this. I want to give you something. Something wonderful. Something special.
What's that?
Stop. Darling, please, I just want to give this to you.
No, don't call me darling.
Please.
Let go of my arm.
Let me give this to you.
No.
Please, darling, please.
Mother! Mother! Failure! You struck out blindly again. All you ever do to get out of difficulty. Hit someone you love. Failure.
I don't want her to see me.
And she doesn't.
It looks like she saw me before I said that.
Oh, he's gone. I didn't make it up, Mother. Honest, there's a strange man here, and he hit me hard. I heard the sound of it, but it didn't hurt, Mother. It didn't hurt at all. It was just as if he had kissed my cheek. Go into the house, child. What's happened, Mother? Don't you believe me? I believe you. Why don't you tell me why you're acting so funny? It's nothing, darling. But is it possible, Mother, for someone to hit you like that? Real loud and hard? And for it not to hurt at all? It's possible, darling, for someone to hit you hard, and not hurt at all.
Julie, longing to tell you, but afraid and shy. I let my golden chances pass me by. Now I've lost you. Soon I will go in the mist of day. And you never will know how I love you, how I love you. She took his dog. It did like she knew I was there.
She lived it over. And usually, she never takes it.
No, she doesn't. Oh, but my little girl, I gotta help her.
Nobody hasn't done much.
I know.
I'm free now.
But it ain't over yet. I want an extension. I gotta be at graduation.
All right. most popular, best-loved man in our town, Dr. Sheldon.
Say, he looks like that fellow from up on the ladder.
Yes, a lot of these country doctors and ministers remind you of him.
It's the custom at these graduations to pick out some old duck like me to preach at the kids. I can't preach to you. Know you all too well. Brought most of you into the world. Rubbed liniment on your backs and poured castor oil down your throats. Well, all I hope is now I got you this far, you'll turn out to be worth all the trouble I took with you. I can't tell you any sure way to happiness. All I know is you got to go out and find it for yourselves. You can't lean on the success of your parents. That's their success. And don't be held back by their failures. Makes no difference what they did or didn't do. You just stand on your own 2 feet.
Listen to him. Believe him.
The world belongs to you as much as to the next fella. Don't give up. And try not to be scared of people not liking you. Just you try liking them. Just keep your faith and courage, and you'll come out all right. It's like what we used to sing every morning when I went to school. Maybe you still sing it. I don't know. When you walk through a storm, keep your chin up high. Know that one? And don't be afraid of the dark.
Believe him, darling. Believe.